Today's Nintendo Direct revealed a few interesting things. The two most interesting, well, there's two, but there's also just one big one. They're going to be doing a remake of sorts to Super Mario RPG, which is a phenomenal Super Nintendo RPG game that a lot of people love. That was a collaboration between Nintendo and Squaresoft. It is such a good game. A little bit on the easy side, I would say, but that's okay because the game itself has a great story and great RPG elements. That's getting remade for the Switch, but the big one, the one that had me super excited, was the reveal of the new 2D Super Mario game. It's called Super Mario Brothers Wonder. We had been hearing rumors about a new Mario game, 2D, coming out, and in my opinion, Mario Odyssey, which was one of the first games to come out on the Switch, that's like the best 3D Mario of all time, in my opinion. Now, obviously, you've got Mario 64 and you've got Galaxy, and both of those are pretty good. I think Galaxy has a probably, I haven't finished it yet, but I think that one could probably top Odyssey. But Odyssey made me feel a lot of things, and I love it. But now we go back to the classic 2D Mario style, which is what I grew up with. The first Nintendo game I ever played in my life was Super Mario Brothers when I bought it when I was a kid with Duck Hunt and with the Zapper and whatnot. This new game goes back to basics, but there's some cool stuff in this game. There's new abilities that let you warp the entire level. The graphics look phenomenal. For a 2D game, it's a side-scrolling platformer that's 2D, but the characters are like 3D. I guess you can call it like 3D models, but it's still a side scroller. This game, yo, I don't even know what to think. It was like an acid trip. The trailer is out. I would do a reaction to it with you guys. I already saw it, but Nintendo will claim the video, and I don't want to deal with that right now. So this is your thoughts on Mario Wonder. I love that Daisy is now a playable character once again. We haven't seen her in a long time in a Mario game. Peach is in the game, Luigi's in the game, and you have the familiar Bowser being the villain. You got Goombas and Koopa Troopas everywhere, fire flowers, but you've also got new abilities now as well, including the ability to, I don't even know what this is going to be. You can turn Mario into a giant elephant. I'm serious. It's like, I looked at it and I'm like, okay, well, we've seen Mario become a raccoon. We've seen him become a frog with the frog suit in Mario 3, a hammer brother, Tanuki Mario, a cat in Super Mario 3D World. Now he's an elephant. So I wonder what kind of powers he'll have. There's also some crazy parts in this game where you see like a big stampede knocking over the flag, and you've got like this big world to explore. I mean, how many bad Mario games are there? Not many. You can probably count the educational games and Hotel Mario as being the worst ones, and those aren't even real Mario games. Nintendo always puts a lot of TLC into their Mario games, tender love and care. And this one is no different. And I'm so happy we're getting a 2D Mario because the 3D Marios are fun. Like I said, I love Odyssey, but I also enjoy the 2D ones as well. It's kind of like a back to basics approach, but this game literally feels like the next evolution. Like this feels like the next evolution coming up. It's coming up this October, the 20th. It'll be out. You've got multiple multiplayer. You have like a multiplayer you can do locally, so you can have more than one person playing at a time, which is not a new feature, but it's still one that's appreciated. And the game actually talks to you, like you hear voices, which we've heard that before, going all the way back to Mario 64, but here it's like for this current generation. It's for this for the world we're living in now. I mentioned earlier you can play as Mario and Daisy and Peach and Luigi and Toad, but also it looks like Yoshi is in this game too. And if you look back on it, the last two traditional 2D Mario games were New Super Mario Bros. 2 and New Super Mario Bros. U on the Wii U. And I have the Wii U game on Switch, and man, did I enjoy playing through that one. I enjoyed it. Now, you know what? Mario Maker is also one that you can that count, as well as Super Mario Run. I had a lot of fun playing Super Mario Run. So this does feel like the next evolution of Mario. Again, Nintendo is on fire. I said this back when the Switch first came out. Actually before that, when I saw what they were doing with the Switch, how they were combining a handheld with a regular console that can work on a big television. You can dock it and whatnot, and you've got the two controllers, the Joy Cons that you can use in various different formats. I said it, man. I told all my friends, I said Nintendo is out for blood, because let's be real. During the Wii and Wii U era, I know the Wii made a lot of money. I know that, but during the Wii and Wii U era of Nintendo, during that time, Nintendo was not in the lead. I feel like during that time it was either PlayStation, PS3, PS4, or the Xbox with the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One, right? That was a different time. And I feel like Nintendo was like, look, we're the kings, we're the OGs, we're the ones that have owned this market since the 80s. It's time that we win it back. So they come up with this awesome console, the Switch, and they have put so many phenomenal games. Nintendo has been so on fire lately with Metroid Fusion. Now, I mentioned before, I'm not a big fan of the weapons breaking, but Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are both very popular, objectively popular, and high-selling games. Then you have, of course, Mario Odyssey. You have the Mario 3D All-Stars collection. You've got them porting some of those to the Switch. You've got, various new Pokemon games. Like, Nintendo with the Switch is almost like they just got tired of it. They're out for blood. And I do feel, even though I love me some God of War and a lot of the other stuff that was on PlayStation, the Spider-Man games, I think for this generation, the Switch and Nintendo, specifically the games Nintendo has actually made themselves, I think they're winning right now. I think when it comes to what's the best console right now besides PC, it's got to be the Switch. I know that the PS5 is way more powerful, no argument there. Same thing with the new Xbox. But the Switch, I don't care how powerful a system is, quality of games matter, right? But the Switch gives you that portability, and it has so many incredible games, past, present, and future. And yeah, I mean, like I've said before, there are some drawbacks to the Switch, but objectively, when it comes to just a large, consistent number of great games, Nintendo is the king. Nintendo is back on top, I think, and I think this new Mario game was basically another example. I mean, don't forget like the new Smash, Mario Tennis. There's so many great Nintendo games. Metroid Prime. I think this is basically Nintendo saying, you know what? You thought we were out of it. You thought that we were done. You thought that the PS5 was hype. Check this out. And it's just, and don't forget about Bowser's Fury. That's another one that came out. So I'm hyped. 2023 is the year of Mario. The movie made a ton of money, broke $1 billion, right? There's also Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Hollywood. Dude, Nintendo is just, they cannot be stopped. They cannot be stopped. Those are my thoughts. Catch you soon.